Welcome to Wrestling Talk. This is Cookie King Carlos 73. Today we'll be talking about uh, some of the worst WWE matches this year, in my opinion. Okay, we're gonna start with WrestleMania. By far, one of the worst matches of WrestleMania Night 1 was right. Jey Uso versus Jimmy Uso. Yeah, that was awful. It was just, super kick, super kick. No, don't hit me. Ooh, it was awful. I could put as much effort in a match I did in a backyard with one of my friends as they did in that match. And they're trained professionals. Uh, as far as WrestleMania Night 2, that honor will go to the Philadelphia Street Fight with Bubba Ray Dudley as special guest referee. It wasn't much of a match. It was just Bobby Lashley, Angelo Dawkins, and Montez Ford destroying Karrion Kross and Ackerman Razor. It wasn't much of a match at all. It was awful. It was kind of awful. It was too quick to even get invested in. And overall, a pretty awful match. The next pay-per-view we're going to is Backlash France. Where there was no terrible matches, actually. So then we go to King and Queen of the Ring, where, hear me out, the worst match of the night was Liv Morgan versus Becky Lynch. And it was only because they had those ridiculous outfits on. Becky Lynch was wearing a suit that, because they were in Saudi Arabia and not in their ring gear, which is terrible because you're limited in how much you can move in like a suit. So I don't know why Becky wore that. And Liv Morgan, she was terrible without whatever she was wearing at Saudi Arabia. Okay, Nia Jax and Lyra Valkyria was also, in my opinion, tied for this match. It was alright, but it was nothing too special, and Nia Jax, of course, won, which was kind of predictable. We don't talk about NXT, so we're skipping a Clash at the Castle Scotland. The worst match here, by far. If I just had to pick one, I'm going to pick two. Bayley and Piper Niven. Piper Niven was throwing Bayley around multiple times. Just destroying her multiple times. Should have won the match. And Bayley, just beat Piper Niven out of nowhere after getting her butt kicked for half the match, of the 13-minute match. Which was ultimately a waste of time. And then the Alba Fyre, Isla Dawn, and Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill and Shayna Baszler and Joey Stark in the triple threat for the Women's Tag Team Championship. That match was just awful because it was a bit sloppy. Not the overall best match ever. It wasn't even close to being the best match of the night. The two best matches of the night was Cody Rhodes and Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre. And then we go to Money in the Bank, where here's my opinion on Money in the Bank. Oh. Yeah, everything was good on this show, so there's nothing to complain about. Yeah, Oh, then we go to SummerSlam. There's definitely something to complain about here. Okay, everything was good up until the main event. Bloodline Rules, Cody Rhodes and Solo Sikoa. This match was such a snore, and it was 29 minutes. It was not exciting. Solo moved about as fast as a snail in this whole match. He's not entertaining to watch. He can't work a fast-paced match. And it was so slow. There was so many interference. No one exciting came out. It was a waste of time. Just because Roman Reigns returning in that match does not mean it's good. It was awful. And the only exciting part is when everyone started to come out and start fighting. And then when Roman came back, that was the only other interesting part of this whole show. And Solo was not entertaining whatsoever in this match. They didn't even use many weapons at all. And this was anything goes. They really fumbled the bag. Bash in Berlin. There was really no worse match here, in my opinion. So then we go to Bad Blood, which is the most recent show that they had. So, oh, what could I say about this show that hasn't already been said? Okay, let's talk about the first match. Rhea Ripley defeating Liv Morgan via disqualification, which I didn't even know Rhea Ripley won. This match was awful. Because who won? They never explained it. They just rung the bell, said nothing. Like we were supposed to understand who won. And it was all because Dominic had to get his foot tied up. He was the only thing interesting in that match besides Rhea Ripley. If you took out Liv Morgan and replaced her with someone else, this match would have been 10 times better. Just keep Dominic in the cage, though. That was good. And then, what can I say about Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns versus the Bloodline? Solo, Sikoa, and Jacob Fatu. Solo is a snore to watch, and this was 25 minutes. He cannot wrestle a main event because it will put the crowd to sleep. I can't remember one interesting move that happened in the whole match. It was just Cody Rhodes getting his butt kicked by Jacob Fatu. The only interesting thing in this match, besides Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns. And Solo was there just taking his time, moving as slow as possible, doing that. He didn't add much to the match besides screaming. And then that's about it. This is Cookie King Carl 73. See you next time.